Howdy and welcome back to Mom Plays. Got something a little different today. You may or may not be familiar with this game. This is called Dragonvale. And today I have for you a few tips on playing this game, how to maximize your coins and your gems. This isn't going to be about cheating the game or hacking the game, just a few things that I've learned since I started playing this about 4 years ago. I remember when I first started playing, I went onto Dragonvale's Facebook page and I was complaining because I saw all these people with tons of coins and gems and treats, and I just could not figure out how I could possibly ever get that much stuff. It didn't seem possible without spending actual real life money on the game, and I'm broke, so that isn't going to happen. So my first tip after saying all that is you have to be patient. You're not going to get millions of coins and hundreds of gems in just a month. It's just not going to happen unless you spend real life money. So as I said, this has taken me 4 years of playing the game. I have over 2 billion coins and over gems and 26 million treat, and I'm about to level up. So where should we start? Let's start with purchasing habitats as opposed to upgrading habitats. So the other day, by the way, right now the Arcane Pen Tournament is going on. Here's the arena. And so the other day, I earned in here in the gift area, I earned a dragon. And it was the, what was it? The Pearl Dragon is what it was. And I didn't have any space left in my gem habitats, so I needed to buy a new gem habitat. So I went to the market, and I went to the habitats. A gemstone habitat costs 150 gems. That's a lot of gems, honestly. That would be a third of my gems, and I just was not willing to do that. So I thought, I wonder if I can upgrade my gemstone island. So I clicked on the gemstone island. Oh look, I can upgrade it. Upgrade this gemstone island for 25 gems. Well, holy crap. 25 is a whole lot less than 125, and so that's what I did. Instead of spending 125 gems to get a new gemstone habitat, I just upgraded a piece of my gemstone island. So much cheaper. So that's the first tip. If you need a new habitat or a new anything, first go to the ones that you already have and see if you can upgrade them instead. It's going to save you a ton of gems or coins depending on what it is you're upgrading. The next tip I have for you is, it may seem kind of self-explanatory, but play all day. Seriously, play the game several times a day. I usually get on about 3 times a day, in the morning, afternoon, and then again at night. And the reason for this is that if you let your habitats max out cash, then they're just going to sit there and they're not going to collect any more coins. And what's the point of that? So I get on as often as I can, and I collect my coins so that my habitats that are maxed out can continue to collect throughout the day. So for example, this fire habitat, its maximum cash is 15,000. So once it hits 15,000, it's not going to collect any more coins, and it doesn't do me any good. So one of the simplest ways to get as many coins as you possibly can is to play often, so that your habitats don't max out and you just keep earning coins all day long. The next tip I have is race your dragons in the racetrack as often as you can. And now I watched another YouTube video of a guy giving tips on how to play the game, and when he was showing to race, he said, just pick a dragon that you think will do the best. Well, no. There's actually a strategy to this. So if you see up at the top by the name of the race, name of the race is Snowdrop here, on the left and on the right there's circles, and some of them are filled in with the element, and you need to use your filters. This one is metal and cold. Those are my two metal and cold dragons. The next thing that you want to do is choose the one that is the highest level. I have 15 and I have 10. I'm going to choose the 15. And then you race it. If you have the appropriate filters chosen and you used your highest level dragon, chances are you're going to win the race every time. Another YouTube video I watched of a kid trying to give tips and tricks. When you start your races, look at the dragons, and whichever one is farthest away from you, that's the one you should be using in that race. No, that doesn't work either. You need to use your filters. You need to use your highest level dragons. And chances are, you'll win every race. Okay, so another tip I have is to do all of the quests in your Coliseum. Whenever it's ended, click the finish button, collect your rewards. Oh look, I leveled up. And then start again. Don't let time go in between, because the more you're doing in the game, the more often you're doing it, the more coins and gems you're going to earn. So that doesn't just go for the Coliseum, it also goes, it also goes for the quests here. Oh, I'm not going to speed that up right now. As soon as this quest is finished, I'm going to start a new one. And up here, this quest. Oh look, that one's ready to be finished. Collect your prize. And immediately start a new quest. The more active you are in the game, the more coins and the more gems you're going to earn. And again, make sure you're using your filters. Dirt and lightning, that's what we want here, or earth and lightning, whatever you want to call it. And your highest level dragon. Here we have the Kairos, or Kairos, however you want to pronounce it. And as you know, you can activate him every 4 days, and he speeds up time by, I believe it's 6 hours, which is awesome. But then over here, we have Gaia also speeds up hatching of one egg, or incubating of one egg. What you don't want to do is use her powers to incubate an egg before you've used Kairos' powers to speed up time, because that's just a waste. If you have an egg with only 4 hours left to incubate, and you have the ability to use Kairos, if you don't use Kairos, but instead you use Gaia to speed it up, you've just wasted Gaia's powers on something that you could have done using Kairos' powers instead. So that's the other thing. Always use Kairos' powers before you use Gaia's powers. And to go along with that, if you ever want to speed things up, for example on my breeding island right now, I could speed up the incubation of this for 2 gems. But if Kairos was ready to be activated, I could activate him and he would speed up the time, and this would be ready to incubate without me having to spend a single gem. So I would have just saved myself 2 gems. So always make sure, before you waste your gems speeding things up, check to see if Kairos' powers are ready, and you'll save yourself some gems. There's a couple other things you can do to earn coins and gems that I don't really do. I should, but I don't. The first is goals. if you were to do these goals, for example, the Blazing Gale banner, right now with the competition going on, oh, I gotta go. Let's go see how much the Blazing Gale banner costs. Click on that. I think it's in here. Nope. Here it is. So the Blazing Gale banner costs 135 rings in the competition. Okay? That's not very many in the grand scheme of things. Right now I have 443. I have spent many. I've spent well over 30,000 rings during this tournament. So if I were to purchase the Blazing Gale banner, let's go back to our goals, I'd earn a gem. And it just cost me very few rings. So that's one of the things you should be paying attention to is the goals. You can earn lots of coins and lots of gems for doing very little. And then the other thing is the Dragon's Eye gifting tree. I don't have that because I don't have any friends that play this game, and I'm not willing to go and add random people to my Facebook or other profiles just to get friends to give me gems. It would be very helpful. It would give you lots of gems per day, but I'm not willing to do that, so that's one way in which I'm missing out on gems. 2 more tips for you. The first being, you see these 2 people with the banner, and it's your visitor count. Right now I have 160 visitors, and it says, having more dragons will draw more visitors. Sometimes it says, add another island and you'll get more visitors. Honestly, I've been playing for 4 years, and I have yet to find a way in which having more visitors matters. Honestly, it really just doesn't matter how many. You could have 0 visitors, and your habitats are still going to earn coins as long as you have dragons in them. So don't worry about how many visitors you have. It's completely irrelevant to playing the game. And finally, one last tip, and it has to do with breeding your dragons. If you are just dying to get a particular dragon, and this doesn't have anything to do with the amount of coins or gems you're going to earn, but just if you are dying to get a particular dragon, and you've been trying and you just can't figure out how to get it, I have found a really great website to help with that. I'm going to show it to you right now. We have the Dragonvale Breeding Sandbox. Right now I'm on the mobile version, but I can switch to the desktop version. The way I use this most often is just in the sandbox. You can see there's sandbox, combo finder, and more. I usually just use the sandbox. And what you do here is you click on parent 1, and you choose, I'm choosing air. And then you click on parent 2, and I'm going to choose acid. I'm going to choose acid. And here it shows you all the possible outcomes of breeding those 2 dragons. And it tells you how long it would take to breed those dragons. So that can help you in one way. But then if we go to Combo Finder, select a target, and then you find the dragon that you want to breed, the outcome that you want. Let's say I wanted a, I don't know. How about a century dragon? Say I wanted a century dragon. What this is going to do is going to tell you what dragons you need to breed to get a century dragon. You have to breed 2 century dragons. So if you don't have a century dragon, that's going to be pretty tough. You'll probably want to save up your gem. But let's go back and choose a little more common dragon. So a more common dragon would be, let's go with air, and view 4 matching sets. So here's the dragons you would need to get an air dragon. Air plus air. And over on the right it tells you what your chances are of breeding that dragon with those dragons in those locations. So down at the bottom, if you breed a fire dragon with a water dragon in your breeding cave, you have a 33.3% chance of getting the air dragon, and that's the same on the island as well. If you breed an air and a dodo in the cave, you have a 50% chance, and same in the island as well. So this just shows you a quick way that you know which dragons to breed to get the particular dragon you're hoping to get, or if you want to know what you'll get by breeding 2 different dragons, it'll show you that as well. It's really handy, and I've used it pretty much the entire time I've been playing, and yeah, I just love it. So that's really all the tips I can think of at the moment. If I think of any more, maybe I'll make another video in the future, but give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful, and leave some comments down below and let me know if there's anything else you think I should add. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!